After 1 week, House of the Dragon Season 3, Episode 2 is finally here. The episode begins with Rhaenyra bringing Jacaerys' body back to the realm. Rhaenyra arrives to receive them, but the moment she sees her son's body, she completely breaks down. From there, we return to the aftermath of the Battle of the Gullet, where the sea snake finishes off what remains of the Triarchy. At the same time, Ellen is still searching the waters for Corlys, hoping to find him alive. Elsewhere, Baela looks for shelter after everything that happened at the Gullet, but instead of being welcomed, she is turned away. Meanwhile, Daemon is celebrating with his new alliance after their victory over the Lannisters. But the celebration is suddenly interrupted by a letter from the Queen. The message brings devastating news. The prince is dead. Daemon is asked to return to King's Landing and claim the throne in Rhaenyra's name. Without wasting time, he tells the leaders of the alliance to prepare their forces and march south. But before leaving, Daemon goes to speak with Alicent as payment for everything she has done to help him. Alicent asks for one thing in return: Harrenhal. Back at sea, Rhaena and Alan continue talking about Corlys as they search for him. Adam also joins the search from above, riding his dragon across the skies. And eventually, he finds Corlys. Against all odds, the sea snake is still alive. The scene then shifts to Larys and Aemond, who are making their way toward Dragonstone. But along the road, they run into a battle already taking place. Instead of getting involved, they use the chaos as their chance to escape. Later, Alan, Rhaena, and Adam finally reach Corlys and confirm that he survived. Meanwhile, Daemon returns to the realm and quickly discovers that the new dragon riders have abandoned their posts. Furious, he confronts them for leaving their positions and even teaches one of them a harsh lesson. After that, Daemon speaks with the Queen's Hand about Alicent's plan and whether they should trust her or not. But then they receive unexpected news. Aemond has left King's Landing. Daemon immediately goes to Rhaenyra. She is still devastated by Jacaerys' death, but Daemon tells her that Aemond is no longer protecting the capital. That information is enough to convince her. Now is the time to move. Elsewhere, Alicent finds herself being harassed, but just in time, the Grand Maester arrives and orders the aggressor to be arrested. Back with Rhaenyra, she gathers her council and makes her decision clear. She is going to take King's Landing. Soon after, we see her preparing to mount her dragon alongside Daemon. Before they leave, Daemon gives orders to the new dragon riders, making sure they understand what is expected of them. Then Rhaenyra finally takes flight toward King's Landing, and this time she comes with the full power of dragons behind her. Inside the capital, Alicent tries to convince Helaena to use her authority as queen. She tells her to command the Hightower soldiers not to resist and to allow Rhaenyra's forces to enter freely. Meanwhile, the Green Alliance witnesses the arrival of Aemond and his dragon. Aemond makes his entrance in the most brutal way possible. He burns everything in his path, immediately making his presence known. After landing, he steps down from his dragon and joins the fight himself, cutting through soldiers one by one. He eventually reaches the commanders and kills them as well. But in one careless moment, one of them manages to stab him from behind. At first, Aemond barely seems to realize what happened, but the wound is serious. His strength begins to fail him, and as he collapses to the ground, badly injured, he calls out for Alicent. Back in King's Landing, Rhaenyra arrives with Daemon Targaryen and the other dragon riders. As they descend, the city's soldiers lay their swords on the ground, choosing not to resist. But once inside the Red Keep, a few men still try to stand against them. Daemon cuts them down one by one as the group continues moving deeper into the castle. They finally reach the throne room, and for a moment, everything seems to be under control. But then more soldiers arrive. This time, Rhaenyra's group is outnumbered. Before the situation can turn against them, more soldiers enter from behind, and they are loyal to Rhaenyra. With no way to fight back, the remaining defenders drop their weapons. One of the men tells Rhaenyra that the throne is hers. But Rhaenyra says, not yet. First, she orders them to search the realm for King Aemond the usurper. They soon find the Grand Maester and demand to know where King Aemond is. He claims that Aemond left the capital long ago. Daemon immediately warns him that if the usurper is gone, someone else will have to lose their head. That is when the Grand Maester offers them someone who might bring even more satisfaction. Meanwhile, Alicent and Helaena attempt to escape the castle before it is too late. Back in the dungeons, Daemon goes to free several of Rhaenyra's supporters who had been imprisoned by the Greens. One guard then tells him that he has a gift waiting in case Daemon ever returned. Daemon takes a torch and walks to the end of the corridor. When he sees what is hidden there, he simply starts laughing. A few moments later, Daemon brings that gift before Rhaenyra. It is Otto Hightower. Daemon tells her that if King Aemond cannot be found, Otto can take his place. At first, Rhaenyra is not sure she can do it, so Daemon draws his own sword and places it in her hands. Rhaenyra hesitates for a moment, but eventually she makes her choice. After that, Rhaenyra slowly walks toward the Iron Throne. After everything she has lost, after everything that has been taken from her, she finally sits. And at last, Rhaenyra is proclaimed queen. But the moment is interrupted when soldiers enter the throne room with new prisoners. Alicent and Helaena have been captured, and as they are brought forward, they see Otto's decapitated body lying on the floor. And with that, the episode comes to an end. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support the channel. I'll keep bringing you more recaps, breakdowns, theories, and stories from your favorite shows, movies, and anime. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think Alicent and Helaena will suffer the same fate? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them